forecast. Here's KATC meteorologist Daniel Phillips.
Well, good evening, Acadiana. We've got some storms on the way for later on this weekend. Unfortunately, this time of year can be pretty volatile. We've been really lucky so far in our severe weather season for the most part, with a couple of exceptions last night being one of them. And it does look like one of those exceptions going to be on the way for later on this weekend as well. Thunderstorm watches are up through the panhandle of Texas. It's part of the same system that we're keeping an eye on here as it works its way across Texas and towards Louisiana. We'll start to see our weather take a turn for the worst as we get into Sunday. We're going to focus a lot of our time on Sunday because that's when we're going to see the nastiest weather. But I do want to preface that by saying, while tomorrow should be fairly quiet through the majority of the day, as we get into the evening, you'll start to see a few thunderstorms popping up, and they will have the chance to become severe. They'll be isolated. They're not going to be as strong as what we're going to see on Sunday, but you could end up with some damaging wind and hail once again. And all it takes is one of those storms to pull into what's going to be a pretty deep pocket of energy that will start to gather in the forecast for tomorrow. Winds are going to be from the south. It's going to bring in all that moisture, that heating that we always talk about around severe weather time. Sunday is going to be the big day, though, when it does come to the weather. Unfortunately, Easter Sunday looks like it's going to be on the stormier side. We've got an enhanced risk of that severe weather. It is a moderate risk a little bit further towards our north. That is the brown areas and the red areas highlighted respectively. Now, enhanced, that's fairly rare for our area, especially several days out. So don't get caught up in we're in the brown, we're not in the red, because you don't really want to be in any of these regions, and you are going to have to stay very vigilant in monitoring the weather as we get into the weekend. So here comes that system from Texas through the day tomorrow. Most of tomorrow is going to be fine. You'll see the clouds start to build up in the late afternoon and the evening. Thunderstorms will start to pop up. Winds are going to be out of the south. They'll be pretty gusty and bringing in plenty of warm air. You'll get isolated showers that start to pop in the evening. Watch those very closely because that could lead to isolated bouts of severe weather. By Sunday morning, we'll start to see the watches up. I would imagine by noon, we'll start to see the first tornado watches in place with the early rounds of thunderstorms getting going early afternoon, right after lunchtime. Those isolated thunderstorms, as they develop ahead of the main line, will have the capability of becoming supercells, rotating thunderstorms, producing tornadoes as well as hail. As the main line gets itself together, if you don't have too many supercells, when that line sweeps through, you're going to see the winds start to pick up. You can end up with some damaging winds as you get further into the afternoon. So timing everything out, we're going to see the main threats be damaging wind as well as hail and tornadoes. They will start to get going in the afternoon. I don't think flooding is going to be much of an issue. The tornadoes and the hail will be in the afternoon. The wind could continue on into the evening. For tonight, though, we get down to around 55. So we stay fairly quiet tonight. We stay fairly quiet through the majority of the day tomorrow. Again, I would urge you here as we go into Saturday and especially Sunday to make sure that you are going to be weather aware and vigilant over what's going to be going on, because we do have very nasty weather on the way for Sunday. After that, beautiful weather to wrap things up. So let's get through this round of nasty storms first. We've got more coming up right after the break.